Maple Street was the kind of place where neighbors said hello without thinking about it. The trees curved over the road like a natural tunnel, offering shade in summer and painting it orange in fall. At the end of the row stood the Smith family home, a warm yellow house with a bright blue door. Every morning inside that house began with soft chaos. Mrs. Smith moved through the kitchen preparing breakfast, mixing pancakes or scrambling eggs while humming to herself. Mr. Smith handled the backpacks, checking lunchboxes and signing school papers that mysteriously appeared at the last minute. Emma, the oldest, kept everyone on schedule. She tied Lily's shoes, reminded Michael about his homework, and never once acted like she minded the responsibility. Michael added the energy. He told jokes before anyone fully woke up and usually spilled something at least once. Lily brought sweetness and curiosity, asking questions about everything she saw. Whiskers, their cat, wandered between their feet, looking offended by the noise. The Smiths weren't perfect, but they tried to protect their time together. Weekends were for each other. It didn't matter how busy the week had been. Saturday mornings belonged to the family. Sometimes they picnicked in the park, lying on the grass while the kids chased each other. Sometimes they visited the museum and explored the dinosaur exhibit for the 100th time. And some nights they lined up on the couch, passed around a bowl of popcorn, and watched older movies the kids pretended to understand. These moments were small threads that held the family close. One bright Saturday, Mr. Smith walked into the kitchen with a map in his hands and a smile on his face. "How about a hiking trip today?" he asked. Michael nearly fell off his chair. "Yes! Like explorers?" Emma nodded with mature approval. Lily clapped with excitement, even though she wasn't entirely sure what a hiking trail was. Mrs. Smith smiled. "Pine Ridge Trail? It's been a while." The decision was made instantly. Adventures were hard to resist. Everyone scattered to prepare. Mrs. Smith packed sandwiches, apples, and snacks. Mr. Smith checked the weather and loaded the car with water bottles, sunscreen, and a small first aid kit. Emma made sure everyone had proper shoes. Michael filled his explorer bag with items he insisted were essential, including a toy compass, 2 granola bars, and a superhero cape. Lily put on her small hiking boots and wore them proudly. Whiskers watched everything from the window, tail flicking. The drive took them past wide fields and little shops. Emma counted cows. Michael pointed out every interesting rock formation. Lily pressed her face against the glass and tried to spot butterflies. The closer they got to Pine Ridge, the cooler and fresher the air became. The smell of pine drifted through the open windows. The mountains rose around them like quiet guardians. When the car finally stopped, everyone hopped out, eager and full of energy. The start of the trail felt like stepping into another world. Tall pines towered above them. Sunlight slipped through their branches in soft beams. The ground was cushioned with pine needles, and the air felt crisp. Emma took Lily's hand. "Stay close, okay?" Michael dashed ahead, but never too far. "Look at this rock! Look at this pine cone!" Mrs. Smith explained the names of plants as they walked, pointing out ferns and wildflowers. Mr. Smith used the map to guide the way. The family moved in a cheerful rhythm. Everything felt peaceful. As they hiked deeper, the forest revealed more wonders. They spotted a woodpecker tapping on a distant trunk. A squirrel darted across the path. A stream trickled nearby, catching the sunlight and running over smooth stones. "Why does the water move like that?" Lily asked. "Because it follows the hillside," Mrs. Smith said. "It always finds the easiest path." Michael poked a stick in the water. "This is the coolest place ever." Emma took pictures on her small camera. She loved capturing moments that felt real. The family continued forward, unaware of the change creeping across the sky. It started subtly. The light dimmed. The breeze grew cooler. Then the first rumble of thunder rolled in the distance. Mr. Smith glanced up. "Storm clouds. We might need to hurry." They picked up the pace, but the clouds moved faster. Wind rustled through the trees. The sky darkened to a deep gray. A low rumble echoed again, closer now. Lily held Emma's hand a little tighter. Michael stopped running ahead and fell back beside them. The forest felt different. Less calm. More urgent. Before they found any shelter, rain crashed down from the sky. It fell hard and fast. Within seconds, everyone was soaked. "Under that tree!" Mr. Smith shouted. They rushed toward a large pine with branches thick enough to block some of the rain. The 5 of them pressed close together beneath it. Rain hit the ground in heavy drops. Thunder cracked above them. Wind whipped through the leaves. Lily giggled when a big drop landed on her nose. Michael raised his arms like a hero. "I'll protect everyone from the storm." Even in the cold and wet, they found something to smile about. Minutes stretched long, the storm raged, but the Smiths stayed close, holding together as lightning flashed in the distance. Eventually the rain softened, thunder quieted. The sky lightened just enough to show the worst of the storm had passed. They stepped out from under the tree carefully. The trail was muddy. Their boots squelched. Their clothes clung to them, but their spirits stayed light. The forest sparkled. Water dripped from branches. Small streams flowed along the trail. The world looked washed clean. Michael immediately stomped in a puddle. "Best day ever!" Emma shook her head but smiled. Lily collected tiny wet leaves like treasures. Mr. and Mrs. Smith exchanged a relieved look and continued forward. The path ahead climbed upward. The storm had slowed them, but they were determined to reach the viewpoint before turning back. Emma encouraged Lily with little stories about mountains and explorers. Michael picked up sticks and pretended they were tools. Mrs. Smith talked about how storms help forests grow stronger. Mr. Smith checked the map often, but never looked worried. Step by step, they made their way uphill, still damp but cheerful. Once they reached the clearing at the top, the world seemed to open wide. The valley stretched below in rolling waves of green. Rivers shimmered in the sunlight. The sky, now clearing, glowed with a warm golden color. A faint rainbow curved over the mountains. The family stood together in awe. Emma whispered, "It's beautiful." Michael spread his arms. "We survived a storm and climbed a mountain. We're amazing." Lily pointed at the rainbow. "The sky is smiling." Mr. and Mrs. Smith wrapped their arms around their kids. They didn't need words. The moment spoke for itself. The walk back down the trail felt easier. The sun warmed their shoulders. Birds sang again. The storm left everything smelling fresh. They laughed about Michael's superhero moment. They teased Mr. Smith for double-checking the map every 2 minutes. They talked about the puddles, the thunder, the rainbow, the beauty, the mud, everything. By the time they reached the car, they felt tired but proud. Whiskers greeted them at the door with loud meows, as if demanding to know why they had left him behind. The kids took turns telling him their version of the adventure, even though he mostly blinked and flicked his tail. After warm showers, everyone gathered in the living room. Wrapped in soft blankets with mugs of hot cocoa in their hands, they relived the day together. The storm, the laughter, the view, the togetherness. It all mattered. When the Smiths finally went to bed that night, the house felt quieter than usual. The adventure had stretched them, surprised them, and bonded them even more. They understood something new now. Even when plans go wrong, even when storms arrive suddenly, facing it together makes everything different. Pine Ridge Trail had given them memories they would carry for years. It had reminded them that love wasn't just about being together in easy moments. It was about standing firm in the unexpected ones. That night, Maple Street felt a little warmer, and the Smith family felt closer than ever.